Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating intersection of medical data and software architecture. We're going to see exactly how the Internet of Things, or IoT, is fundamentally transforming patient care, right from the ground up. Honestly, if you've ever wondered how raw data can literally save a life, you are absolutely in the right place. Okay, let's kick things off by addressing the massive core issues straining our healthcare systems today. Right now, we mostly rely on a reactive model. You know the drill. You get sick, you go to the hospital. You go home, you get sicker, and boom, you're right back in the emergency room. So the big question is, how do we stop patients from returning to the hospital before it becomes an absolute crisis? Well, to understand the solution, let's quickly look at our agenda for today. We'll map out the healthcare data problem, then dive into remote patient monitoring, the three-tier architecture, and IoT protocols. After that, we'll look at some incredible real-world clinical outcomes before peeking into the future of AIoT. All right, Section 1, the healthcare data problem. Let's take a hard look at the growing pressure on our global healthcare infrastructure. So here's the reality. Our global demographics are shifting rapidly. By 2030, 1 in every 6 people on Earth will be 60 years or older. And with that comes a huge surge in chronic diseases like heart failure and diabetes. Now, traditional home care relies on occasional episodic visits. Maybe a nurse stops by once a week. Think about your own aging relatives for a second. Those occasional check-ins leave massive, dangerous gaps in clinical data. They completely miss silent clinical deterioration, which ultimately leads to costly and totally avoidable hospital readmissions. Which brings us nicely to Section 2, remote patient monitoring. This is the technological bridge between the clinical setting and the patient's home. The solution here is remote patient monitoring, or RPM. This is the use of connected IoT wearables and sensors to continuously collect and transfer patient health data to healthcare providers in real time. It's a real game changer because RPM shifts our entire medical model from reactive to proactive. It essentially turns the patient's home into a continuous observation environment, completely wiping out those dangerous data blind spots we just talked about. And physically, this biological data is captured right at the source. As you can see here, whether it's a biosensor tracking chemical compounds, an acoustic sensor monitoring breathing, or a smartwatch checking your blood oxygen and heart rate, these act as the very first link in our data chain. They are literally the eyes and ears of the healthcare team, sitting right there on the patient. Moving on to Section 3, the three-tier architecture. Let's look under the hood. How does this data actually travel from a little wearable sensor on a patient's wrist all the way to a doctor's dashboard? Well, every industrial-grade IoT deployment rests on this three-tier architecture. First, the raw data is generated at the IoT device layer. That's our patient wearables. Second, it hits the edge layer, which uses local gateways to filter and optimize that data. And finally, the whole shebang gets sent up to the cloud layer for large-scale analytics and data warehousing. Now, you might be wondering, why do we even need that middle edge layer? Well, by processing data locally at the edge, instead of sending absolutely everything to the cloud immediately, the system massively slashes latency. It cuts bandwidth costs too, but more importantly for healthcare, edge computing ensures that critical health alerts trigger instantly, even if the main internet connection drops. In a medical emergency, you literally cannot afford to wait for a cloud server round trip. Okay, Section 4, IoT communication protocols. We need to understand how these specific devices actually talk to the network without instantly draining their tiny batteries. Protocol selection here is honestly a life-or-death engineering choice. Standard HTTP, the protocol that runs the web you use every day, is massive. It carries headers that are hundreds of bytes long. It's kind of like using a massive cargo ship just to mail a postcard. That's terrible for a tiny medical sensor. But MQTT and CoAP, they are incredibly lightweight. CoAP uses just a 4-byte header, and MQTT drops that down to a mind-blowing 2-byte minimum header. So the crucial takeaway here is that MQTT is the absolute gold standard. It uses a publish-subscribe pattern that decouples the device from the analytics. Because of that tiny 2-byte header and persistent sessions, it handles unreliable, spotty cellular networks flawlessly. If you tried to use standard HTTP for this, the connection overhead would drain the battery of a cellular sensor 3 to 10 times faster. With MQTT, devices can run for months on a single charge while ensuring guaranteed message delivery. All right, Section 5, real-world clinical outcomes. Now that we understand the plumbing and protocols, let's look at how this architecture translates into actual human impact. In a massive study of 500 patients, the impact is just undeniable. remote patient monitoring dropped emergency department visits from an average of 2.4 down to 1.8 per patient. That's a 25% reduction in acute care. Furthermore, patient care plan adherence went through the roof. Patients with RPM hit an 88% medication adherence rate, compared to just 65% for unmonitored patients. And what does all that adherence lead to? 32%. That number represents the staggering reduction in 30-day hospital readmissions achieved simply by monitoring patients proactively. By catching abnormal trends in oxygen levels or heart rates early, care teams intervened before the patient's condition collapsed. But beyond the quantitative data, the human elements are really profound. Healthcare managers reported that this proactive model drastically improved triage accuracy. Because they could see the data in real time, they could dynamically allocate nursing staff to the patients who actually needed them, which drastically reduced staff burnout. And for the patients, wow. A 72-year-old with congestive heart failure reported that knowing the system would catch her breathlessness before she even had to panic gave her this profound peace of mind that money simply cannot buy. That brings us to our final section, the future of AIoT. As we look ahead to 2026 and beyond, this entire ecosystem is about to get even smarter. We are quickly shifting toward an era experts are calling sentient IoT. With these incredibly robust IoT data streams providing undeniable ground truth, artificial intelligence agents are stepping in. Soon, it won't just be a dashboard alerting a human nurse. AI agents will be able to make rapid, highly accurate, and truly autonomous decisions based on that real-time patient health data. It is a thrilling and maybe slightly intimidating frontier. It leaves us wondering just how proactive can our healthcare truly become when intelligent machines take the wheel, constantly monitoring, adjusting, and predicting our medical needs before we even feel a symptom. It's a massive shift in how we think about our health. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll leave you to think about that.